Hi guys, it's Negla. I'm here with my second reading for the month of June 2018. This reading is going to cover the last 2 weeks of June. So my first one, I did cover the new moon energy, which is like the June 13th new moon, and covered the first 2 weeks of June. This one is going to cover what's happening with the solstice happening on June 21st, because it's a summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, and it's the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. So we're having two opposite things happen in these two parts of the world. Just before I get started, just a quick thank you to all those who booked private readings with me, private sessions, and who continue to send me their beautiful comments on my videos, and those who continue supporting my mission and my life purpose, and really expressing, how my videos have been helping them with their journey. If you would like to book a private reading, of course, go to my website, soulspeak.com. I'll leave details of, all this information and the details of the video below. Also, please consider joining my Facebook group page, Soul Speak, because I post things on it, whatever comes to my mind, whatever I need to be channeling at the moment. And I'm also on Instagram and Twitter. Again, the information will be below. I don't know, I have to start my video reading right now, but it's been quite an interesting ride since I did my first video of June. I know in my first video I talked about the tower energy, which is really the energy of complete and utter abrupt changes in our lives. I feel this energy is continuing with us. It's not really ending. It is the energy of the universe pushing us to make more and more changes in our lives. This has been coupled with many planets going on a retrograde motion that's from the astrology point of view happening in the month of June. So it's a pretty strong month that I'm feeling. It is really a very strong, energetic month, and I get messages from people about how they're feeling the stress, the motion of life, the motion of the universe really pushing them forward in more positive ways, even though sometimes we perceive those changes or those situations as in a negative way, but it really, everything at the end is really a positive motion forward. So hang in there, because that energy of the tower is really continuing with us. When the new moon came, it came with this idea that we are also examining all our relationships. We're examining parts of our lives that we are in need to manifest, or in need to manifest a change to them. Today I was getting more and more intense knowledge. I posted something on my Facebook group page about I was doing a meditation, and a lot of us are also going through a throat chakra clearing, so I wrote about that and I channeled about that. But also in one of my recent meditations, I was visited by God Seth from ancient Egypt, and he's known for the god of disorder or wars, things not happening your way. It's really more of a representation of our ego. However, I mean, Seth, even in himself, at the beginning of him being known to the Egyptians, he was more revered as a very respectable god. But then things changed with him, more about the mythology, or that idea, what happened in ancient Egypt, as he killed his brother Osiris, who was the twin flame and the lover of goddess Isis. So in that essence and in that action, he turned from being someone, or being an idea that we really respect and feel the protection of that energy. We now can no longer feel the same kind of respect and admiration for this kind of energy, which is really the energy of our ego selves, or our shadow side. We've been dealing with our shadow side, and really what really was weird for me, because I don't really connect with him. I don't really even think about him or think about that energy, but that energy coming to visit me through meditation was an important sign that we are being visited more and more by our shadow side. However, many of us, with this tower energy of the new moon that happened on June 13, we are no longer able to live with the ego sides of our life. We're not. we're not in the same kind of understanding of it. We're not in the same kind of mental, emotion, and psychological space where we are able to just live with the ego and continue living as if nothing is really happening. Because when we are born and we live in this life, we get reprogrammed again about accepting these ego programs, the way the templates are, especially between men, women, between divine masculine, divine feminine, between our interactions with our families, our parents, our children, our spouses, our loved ones, our jobs as well. So we come with this, with our souls being in us, but also we get to be changed through the ego life and through the ego programming that and the templating that we grow up into. So I feel with this whole idea coming to us is like we are revisiting this because other planets are also in the retrograde motion of these planets is affecting the way we view different parts of our lives. So I feel with the with the winter and the summer solstice happening at the same time, and it's happening actually because I'm doing this video on June 21st. I feel that we are here to make a special decision about what we want to continue with in our lives, because that came with the manifestation of the new moon, but now it feels like it's more like a crossroad, and it's a huge push from the universe that we have to be making decisions about our ego lives, because I was also getting the feeling that we can't really be comfortable where we are. We cannot literally be comfortable where we are as long as whatever and whenever and wherever we are is not going on with our souls. So whatever we are doing or following, whether it's ideas, situations, relationships, if that is not in alignment with our soul and with our life purpose, if it's not alignment with the love energy that we came to express in this lifetime, then this will have to be changed. And thus that tower energy is again continuing the theme, but now the last 2 weeks of June we're literally being pushed in very tight corners about making a decision and about not feeling comfortable in those situations where we are procrastinating or we are in a fear mode of making those intense actions and taking those intense steps, even in our thought process of what we need to continue forward. This energy is going to be continuing throughout the summer. So we are building this momentum as we are working on all of these different aspects of our lives. And of course, as Lionsgate comes and as we go into that eclipse season, we are going to be pushed forward again. But then with the power of the Lionsgate, we are going to be giving more the energy that will allow us to even move forward and move further into those steps or those feelings and those situations that align us more and more with our life purpose and our mission. So I was kind of excited to see what's happening with our divine feminine and divine masculine energies happening right now, especially in those last 2 weeks of June, because there's so much going on, and energetically we are being pushed forward. I just wrote about us, like clearing our throat chakras. Many are also going through the clearing of root and sacral chakra. So it's our connection with, our sexuality, how we view the sexual intimacies in our lives, the sacred unions that whether you honor or you don't honor. So that's part is also going on, and I feel our divine masculine is going through this kind of clearing right now, especially with the sexual energy, because we're feeling that sexual energy really intensifying between the masculine and the divine feminine. But it's important, and it's coming right now because we need to make special decisions relating to how we view our sexuality, how we view this intimate part of our lives, and especially with the divine masculine. And again, it's not really a gender specific, but more of the divine masculine have been programmed, especially about their sexual energy, that is more about the quantity, not really the quality, versus the feminine energy, which in many more parts of the world, it's being pushed towards the quality versus the quantity. So each one of them has to deal with this issue in a separate way, but we are here to complement each other. So that is, I feel, definitely is coming right now also, that we're working on. We're also working on clearing more of our heart space, our heart chakras, because the more we feel love, the more we understand unconditional love, the better. We are actually going to be working with this tower energy and with the energy of manifested change in physical as well. So we need to be clearing a lot of that right now. This is going both for feminine and masculine energy. Um, our root chakras, um, I feel it's more connected to the divine feminine energy, which are, the divine feminine is working more on the root chakra, which is more feeling the stability and the groundedness of our actions, really. It's how we feel safe, and how we're feeling more connected to our intuition, so we feel more safe in our action. It's quite a twist with what the divine feminine has to work on. Again, when I'm talking about the energies, feminine or masculine, I'm not talking about gender. So it's not a man or a woman. It is really the energy that, first of all, it's within all of us. We carry both the masculine and the divine feminine energies, but we have individuals that embody the divine masculine energies, and we have individuals that fully embody the divine feminine. And again, we are a mixture of both, but we have, maybe masculine energy can be a man, it can be a woman, and the divine feminine energy can be a man and also can be a woman. So we are working with, I wanted to explain that for those who are just tuning into my channel, so you understand why, where I'm going with this. So I pulled some interesting cards for us with this reading for what's happening with the divine masculine and the divine feminine. I know with my other reading, my first reading for June, and please go back to it because it really explains more about the energy of how we're coming into the solstice energy. Just to give you a background about what is going on, because I feel we're still going on with that theme of the continuation of this earthquake of relationships, which I mentioned about what the tower energy really represents, and that energy of change, how it's coming along with us really breaking apart from the towers that we have built, or the homes or the institutions that we have built around us that no longer is for our highest good, but also they were built based on the ego self, and they're not really any more representative of our higher self or our divine soul presence in our life. And that is really where the solstice energy is coming in to push us more and more forward, to break away from these hindrances and these things that really make us feel that we're not really free to pursue our own authentic self and pursue what really is our heart's desires in this lifetime. Because that's really what holds us back, is our ego. Whether we can't speak our truth because we're clearing our throat chakras, or we feel that we are unsafe in our choices. Again, this is our, as I said, in the new moon, it's coming more with the divine masculine energy pulling us forward, because it's a lot of action. So we're going to be faced with some dilemmas in our life. There's a Mars retrograde coming in at the end of June. I feel maybe it's June 26th. So Mars represents an action. It's an action planet, and it controls, I believe, Aries, the sign of Aries. And Aries is the baby of astrology. It is the new beginnings energy. It is the energy of, I can do this. It's the moving forward. There's so much dynamic energy comes with the planet, with the astrology sign of Aries. But Mars going retrograde, we are going to be questioned about our actions. It's not about telling us that we cannot take an action, but literally that retrograde motion of Mars is going to question those actions. It's going to ask us, is the action that you're currently taking, it's based on your ego, or is it based on your intuition and what your higher self is really pulling you forward with? So if an action you feel guided to do, it's going to be coming from your ego, then you won't be able to take that action, because you literally won't feel that it's right anymore. And that, again, that's the ego being pulled away from us. And that is the action that is happening right now. This is how the universe is really pushing you into the corner of expressing your actions as only part of your soul right now. Versus if you feel guided towards an action or a situation, or even moving forward with a job or a relationship or any aspect of your life that you feel guided that this is something that you need to be doing, that action is kind of going to be blessed with the Mars retrograde if it's an action coming in from your higher self, from your own spirit, from your own soul. So it's going to be quite an interesting, change, or the energy changing with us, because we are changing with this energy. And then comes the full moon on the 28th. So it's happening in the sun sign of Cancer, but I believe it's happening in Capricorn. So the two lovers are going to be meeting in that in that full moon energy, because Cancer cares a lot about the family and the home and the romance of taking care of their families. And it's funny because I posted some video that was shared by a wonderful soul sister. It's a funny video about astrology, so check it out. It's on my Facebook group page, and I just posted that a few days ago. And it's about how our astrology and our sun signs care, what they really care about. So with this Cancer energy, we're geared more about our homes. We are literally questioning if our homes are loving, they bring love into our lives, they represent our stability with our families, or they don't. Your home situation is going to be questioned. But also coming with the Capricorn and the practicality of the Capricorn, it's just really interesting how these two are going to be working with the full moon, because we are going to see, like, I'm feeling, as we question things in our homes, the Capricorn energy is becoming that we're going to be practical. By practical meaning that we're not going to follow the ego, but we're using the practicality of the spirit, the practicality of, you know what, I'm going to be thinking about it, but it's not going to be a dream for me, or just something spiritual coming to me, but this is going to be who I am. This is going to be who my essence is, and I'm working for it. And Capricorn are very strong in the sense that whatever they need and whatever goal they want to seek, they're going to go after it, and they are very successful in that. So very interesting things happening. Let me show you what the cards that came as the overall energy of what is happening with this solstice energy. So the first card is the Three of Ariel. Do what you love, a time of great personal growth in your career or artistic endeavors, working with others in a cooperative manner. I feel with this is about us really having more of a good connection with our spiritual side. This is like we're going to see more of our spiritual side becoming our best friend. Our intuition is becoming our best friend. We're going to have to work in harmony. Again, I feel this is a confirmation of what I just channeled. This is going to be us having to work in harmony with our intuition and our spiritual side. And this is like, it's going to be us questioning every aspect of our life. It's like we're going to be looking at our careers. We're going to be looking at, as I said, the connections, the relationships, the partnerships that we have in our lives. Whether they are family connections, they are friends, they are acquaintances, they are colleagues in our work. So we're going to be working with that. I feel also guided that the number 3, again, is mind, body, and spirit working together. The Suit of Ariel here is about our material life. And if you guys recall from my first video of June, I said that all the changes that we're going to see are not just in spirit or in our intuition, but it's coming with a material change. So we are going to see material changes, and we're also feeling the material changes needing to happen. So that connection is going to be important for us. The second card is the Chariot, and it's a number 7. It's another major arcana for what really is happening right now. It's Archangel Metatron. determination and self-control, career advancement, acknowledgement of success by others. So I feel again there's a more there's a more emphasis on careers again and life purpose and mission. So you're going to feel this energy. The Chariot energy is a victory energy. It is victory after a lot of hard work, but it's also for some people it is having to balance two sides of yourself, but taking action to move forward. Again, the number 7 is representing our mystic side, mystical side, our spiritual side, is our intuitive side. Archangel Metatron helps us with our aura. He helps us with our clearing of our chakras. So I feel many will need to call upon him, especially these days. Even before you go to sleep, you ask Archangel Metatron to help clear your chakras. Even in your meditation, whatever you need to do to ask for clearing your chakra system. And of course, as you work with angels and you work with our spirit guides, you really have to ask them for their to help them. You have to ask them for their help. They give you that free will, but once you ask for their help, you just have to let them do whatever it needs to bring you that whatever desire that you have, and they will bring you whatever is for your highest good at the moment. So, so this is the energy we're going to be working with. A lot of our victories. So if you've been doing a lot of work in your spiritual life, you've been doing a lot of work in general to better your life, better yourself, and to disconnect from your ego self, then you're going to see that Chariot energy really manifesting itself for you right now. There's beautiful cards for our collective energy. Okay, so I'm going to go with the Divine Masculine cards because I got a lot of cards for them, but I feel I have to really show you all the cards all at once. I usually go one card at a time, but this time it is definitely I have to show you because I got like five cards for the Divine Masculine energy within us. And I feel I have to show you those cards first, and then I'll be able to get a one message really out of them. So the first card is intuition. The second card is love, and that came for our Divine Masculine before, and I keep getting that a lot in even my private readings for our Divine Masculine energy. Again, a divine timing, intention, and power. So the energy that is coming with our Divine Masculine is Divine Masculine is manifesting their divine timing, and they're really tapping into their divine self. They're really tapping into their intuition. They are literally listening to their spirit guides. So it's not like something that because like they looked at this is something that the divine feminines just are able to do or use, but that intuition and that connection to intuition has been coming to them. I've been talking about this every single reading, but now it's like it's becoming more of a routine in their life. So they're not dishonoring that intuition because it's becoming they're really seeing that power that they carry when they are honoring their intuition. And they're really also manifesting things due to their intuition because they're seeing the signs of their intuition. They're seeing signs of how that intuition has been leading their lives in the right way. At times they were questioning that intuition. They were questioning their dreams, their feelings, their signs, their synchronicities. But like that doubt is no longer there. It's like they know that they can trust this nudge from the universe, trust what they feel within them. Intention, I feel this is more of them becoming more the Magician card. The Magician card is the number 1 card in the traditional tarot, and it represents our aspects that we are able to make a change in our life, that we're able to manifest changes because we have this knowledge and wisdom that we can follow specific thoughts and specific intuitive nudges, and we are actually manifesting the life changes that we want. I feel I have to be focusing on that card a lot more than anything else, the power. I feel this is an emergence of power. This is more of them standing in power, standing in their truth, and knowing what their authentic self is really telling them. Even if their 3D action is not reflective of that, but it's them really re-emerging from them staying more stagnant, or feeling that they are still disempowered, or that they have to wait. I feel this is procrastination energy that many have had, but now it's like that power is coming forward, and that they're stepping or taking steps forward, because they are really becoming more empowered in their decisions. They're more empowered in them taking action. They're not really afraid anymore as much as they used to, because they're afraid of what their family's going to say, or they're afraid of how they would feel, their guilt. They're not really scared anymore of speaking their truth and standing in their power. I feel also many of them are seeking the guidance of trusted individuals. And I mean by that is they are trusting more those who come with the gift of knowledge, of intuition, of psychic, or so. I don't know why I feel, but it might be a message for someone specific. But they are watching readings. They are watching like psychic readings. They're watching. They're like seeking this knowledge that was kind of hidden from them in a way, or they have been hiding from that knowledge. I don't know why, but I feel some of them may be buying guidance cards, tarot cards, or they're like getting so excited and getting more attracted to this side of life that they felt so detached from, because they were again honoring that divine feminine, and it's becoming more and more in them, that embodiment of that divine feminine within them. They're not shying away from that side of them. Instead, they're feeling it as part of their empowerment. So it'd be funny, like more of the divine masculine are going to be seeking the guidance of spiritual guides as well. Or they might have their own feeling that they can do this, or they might seek the guidance of the divine feminine, because they know that the divine feminine really honors that side, as I spoke before in my reading for June. It's quite interesting for the romance angel cards. I got only one card. Literally, that's what was coming for our divine masculine, is the very soon card. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Well, this is an interesting card coming for them, so let me just tune in for a second. Again, I feel this is some of them are feeling that they have to make a decision about their divine feminine, and the very soon here feels like the sense of urgency that they feel that they have to make a decision, like now they need to make a decision now. That's the energy of the universe coming to them. It is time that they make a decision about their divine feminine. And I feel with this, it's like the decision has been made. It's always been made. It's the minute they met their divine feminine, they knew what decision they wanted to have. There was no doubt about the decision about their divine feminine. However, there were times when they had to go back and forth between the ego telling them that this is not going to work, between their intuition telling them this is beautiful and this is amazing and this is a perfect connection with your divine feminine. So sometimes they go back and forth between these two. Sometimes they run away from it, because we run away from them as well, because we are as a divine feminine, we also run away from them. And we keep like doing this dance between both of us. So they're being pushed more into making more decisions and stronger decisions of what they want to manifest in their life when it comes to their romance. I feel many of them are starting to fully see how discontent they are in their current karmic relationships. As I mentioned, and it's been coming, the energy of that tower energy, breaking away all the karmic connections, the karmic relationships, the marriages that were based on the ego. Because our higher self now is becoming more powerful with our divine masculine. So they're going to have to make a decision. So I feel many of them are getting into that energy of feeling that I need to be making a decision because I'm not comfortable. Literally, what I heard today from the divine masculine in my meditative state is like, I can't be comfortable where I am. I'm not comfortable where I am. I can't be happy sitting in the same place. I can't be happy doing all the same things that I've been doing. And no matter what I do, I can't be happy. And that's why they feel that they need to be making a decision. So for some of them, the full moon is going to show them more truth about their karmic connections. And I said with the Sagittarius full moon back in May, I said truth is going to be coming because that's the theme we're working with. So all these energies are grounding and solidifying in those coming months. Truth, divine interventions on our behalf, and the tower energy that we're working with. And now we're being even pushed further by the universe to make decisions. So it's going to be quite a ride for us, and our both energies will be doing intense decisions, but the divine masculine is going to be focusing on relationship decisions. And that's really what the romance card here really means. And I feel more unions are going to be coming to fruition and physical manifestation. And it is interesting that the guy said fruition. I don't normally use this word fruition in my readings. But I feel fruition here means that you've waited for the harvest, you planted seeds, you've watered your seeds, you spent more and more time like taking care and nurturing that seed until it started growing as a plant. And it took its time because there's time that has passed. And again, it's like that chariot energy. The chariot is not a quick energy. It is coming after long times of work and hard work. And that's what the divine masculine is feeling. And that is what's coming with this card. It's a fruition because we've waited until our seeds grew into beautiful trees that are now giving us the fruits of our labor. And it's interesting because I was thinking about the summer, and now it's a summer solstice. And what I felt also that from, if you connect with your past lives or your parallel timelines from ancient Egypt, that you understand that the summer months, especially the month of June, is when the Nile River starts flooding. And this is the energy that comes from the spring. And June is a flooding month for the river. So floods represent, it's like the overflow of energy. And it's an important time because we see the fruits of our labor. And I feel that's the analogy that I'm feeling right now with this card coming for our divine masculine. So really expect unexpected, especially with the tower energy coming in. It's like this is like, I can't be comfortable anymore in my ego life, and I can't be comfortable anymore in my karmic marriage or karmic girlfriend, boyfriend, and soon I have to be making a decision because I can't sleep, as many of us can't, but the divine masculine literally cannot sleep, and they can't be comfortable. There's a lot of anxiety, a lot of agitation with this energy coming for our divine masculine. So for the divine feminine, take it easy on them because what they're going through is not really easy. So for the divine feminine energies, the first card for our divine feminine is ancestors. And I feel many of the divine feminine are reconnecting with our past. And our past, I feel it's more about our past lives, our past glories, and who we truly are on our authentic self. And the ancestors here really means who we are. Not only our spirit guides and our ancestral spirit guides, because they're working with us all the time, but we are becoming that. We are becoming what we honor and what we lived in our past lives and what we experienced in those past lives. If you've watched any of my Pleiadian channeling, and what they were teaching about past lives is an important aspect of it. And we don't need to know all our past lives, but literally the ones that we need to be healing and the ones that are important for our now moment is what is going to be shown to us. And that is what our ancestors card here really means for our divine feminine, is we are remembering our past because or it's happening simultaneously now in a parallel timeline, because all of that, the past, present, and future, are all happening at this now moment. But we're remembering that, which make us who we are now. It's really the divine feminine becoming more and more empowered by our authentic selves. The second card is beauty, and this is more about love and honoring our beauty. I feel the divine feminine is saying no. They're speaking their truth. They're saying no to whatever made us feel not beautiful or not good enough for others, or that we're less and we're second class citizens or third class citizens, or we're even saying no to the patriarchy that made the divine feminine, and especially it's more connected with the gender of women. And also it connects with the divine feminine men, or the gender of men. That we were made to feel less. We were made to feel that we're not that important, that our voices are not going to be heard, that we can't really speak our voices and really can speak our truth. But this is coming because more and more of the divine feminine all around the world are taking action and speaking their truth loud and clear, because we are understanding more of our beauty. The third card, however, is coming. This is peace. This represents the Mother Mary and the Jesus energy. And I feel with this is our healing energies. These are energies of healing that we want to bring forward to planet Earth. I want to say that the divine feminine are recognizing our role in bringing peace and harmony into the world. Anything that we want to manifest based on our souls has to manifest from our love and light energy. It is not by taking the same actions as our the patriarchy used to do action. If they wanted, the patriarchy really represents, if you wanted to take action, then violence, for example, has to happen, so we can take action and make a change. We have to do wars, and we have to kill people, or we have to imprison people, or we have to abuse people, or suppress the divine feminine so we can make a change. But the energy that is coming right now with the beautiful, empowered divine feminine is the energy of bringing peace and harmony into planet Earth right now. And I feel, it's reminding me of a different card in a different deck. The Mother Mary energy is the energy of expecting miracles to happen, because I feel that the divine feminine have been working really hard on themselves, on their lives. And at times we say, like, when is my miracle going to happen? But we are our own miracles. And that is coming for our divine feminine, because we're healing that side of us, that we can be hopeful and we can be positive about miracles happening in our lives. And our desire is really coming into fruition. I want to say some divine feminine, or the women in the gender body, some are like new babies are coming. So new babies really mean new projects, but also really new babies, fertile grounds and fertile unions and connections. So if you don't want to have a child, just really watch out for that. But some of them also, I want to say that we are adopting new families. I feel with unions coming in physical manifestation, we have to be ready for our families to be growing. We're going to be taking care of either children from that belong to our divine masculine, and vice versa. So also the divine masculine are honoring that side of them. They are more open to children of their divine feminine, that idea that Of course, they have love. I mean, both, energies have love for each other's children and all that. But I feel we need to get prepared for bigger families. There's interesting messages coming with these 2 weeks. Oh, romance. Let's see. The Divine Feminine got the soulmate card. Yes, this is your soulmate. This is a manifestation of your soulmate connection. This is a manifestation of your divine twin flame connection. I don't always like say we're gonna have, because I know some, and I got a wonderful comment from one of my viewers about, a lot of people just say, oh, your masculine is coming and is gonna marry you today, or things like that. But I like to bring the energy of what I actually really feel and what I channel, because there's so much that goes in a twin flame connection or in a divine partnership connection. And I feel this is an absolute beautiful card for our divine feminine. It is really, for some, very few divine feminine, this is a confirmation about your divine connection with another. This is it's telling you, yes, if you're doubting, if you're just new into this person is your twin flame. But I feel for the divine feminine they're gonna hear more from their divine masculine. More truth is coming about that connection to them, and they deserve the truth to be told to them. And I feel this is union energy coming. But it's not just an energy. This is more of a physical manifestation that is showing up. And even if those 2 weeks in June, like, it doesn't really happen in a physical, like in the 3D, then understand that whatever you're going to be doing in those 2 weeks is to plant physical seeds of that full union. Because we've been working with that union energy too. So this is a confirmation for a lot of the divine feminine that union is coming and it's going to be happening. All in our own timelines, but I feel there's going to be a surge in union energies happening. I feel there's going to be a surge in twin flames coming together in physical to really pursue life together and not in a physical disconnection from each other. And there's going to be a surge, I feel, happening like now until September. And then we're going to calm down a little bit because others are going to be on a different timeline. But again, once the new year starts, we're going to get another surge and another portal opening us up to more full grounding of physical unions. And that's why I feel, again, this is a beautiful card for a divine family. I'm just opening up these cards with you guys. It's staying optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. I feel the more we become positive about our faith in our journeys, our intuition, our trust in our dreams, our trust in what we really feel from the inside. This is, it's just, again, telling you, just be optimistic because things are happening. There's so many things happen behind the scenes when, we're connecting with our twin flame. And because it was interesting because I just had a session with one of my clients, and in the session, the guys were saying that we get so attached to the technology and the physical life that we live in. We need phones, we need internet, we need cars, so we know that our divine partner is doing something to love us, or they're calling us, so there's proof of that connection in 3D. But in reality, we don't need any of that. If you guys remember, in my reading, I believe in May, the guide said that we are moving into a 5D dimension, in a 5D way of seeing Earth. It's the new Earth coming. New Earth comes with new tools, as I said in my reading. The tools of New Earth are our power of intuition, our extrasensory perceptions of life, and our full connection with this universe. This is what we need to move into 5D and move into that new Earth, so we can have this new Earth manifest for us in our everyday life. If you think that new earth is just the energy coming to earth, and you're going to literally wake up in the morning and everybody's awakened and everybody's intuitive and everybody's away from the ego, then this is not the real way. And I see people using propaganda and mass hysteria about what new earth is here, and we're going to see this, and you're going to be awakened, and the sky is going to be changing. And well, there are physical changes on earth, I'm not denying that, but these changes would mean nothing if you cannot connect with that energy. And that's why I focus my readings and the way I guide others. And even, I mean, that's what I have to channel, and I have to be honoring what I'm channeling. Is it, it is not a one thing. You're going to wake up in the morning and life is going to be handy dandy. Even if life is a heaven around you, literal heaven, if you can't feel it, then you're not going to see it, no matter how beautiful life is. So that 5D new earth coming means that we have to honor the tools of new earth. What it means to have love as the energy that moves us and not our ego. What it means that we can only honor relationships and sexuality when it's connected to our sacred self, and when it's connected to love in our hearts. We are, if you want to honor new earth, and then really become new earth. Feel that earth within you, what it means for you. Don't have casual sex because, oh, I am free, I can do it. But honor the sexual connection or that intimate connection with another, so you can feel that sacred and tantric, beautiful, romantic emotions between two people. Honor that intuition. And I feel this is a message for the collective now, because I mean, these cards are done really with the divine masculine and divine feminine. So I hope you understand what it really means for us to be moving into a higher dimension and higher vibrations. You have to literally adopt that high vibration in your life, in your everyday life, and heal as much as possible. Ascend, so you can ascend and see all this new life coming to you. Things manifesting faster than you could ever imagine. Enjoying every bit of life, even if things may look a little difficult, but you're going to be on a higher vibration, so your happiness and joy in your moments is heightened. So honor that. There was something also that the guys really wanted me to talk about, which is they wanted me to pull 2 cards from our past lives, and I feel that they're important that I bring forward now. So the first card I pulled from my past life cards is Knighthood, and the second card was Male, Female. I feel this is more connected to our divine masculine. It's interesting, this card coming in today, because I just posted a song on my Facebook group page about the divine masculine and wars. It's a song by John Legend, and it's called Coming Home. And what I felt guided with it, and I feel this is again a confirmation of this energy, is that the divine masculine, they remember the wars that they used to be part of. They remember that they had to fight and literally be in wars, seeing others die. Because I know some of them dream of death, and they dream of them killing others, or weird situations where they have to run for their lives and they have to feel afraid for their lives. And that's part of them. They are remembering those past lives. Many have been leaders in armies. Many have, in their past lives, they had to leave for wars, and they had to leave their beloved divine feminine back home. They're leaving their families and their children. And literally they had to fight for wars that belonged to other people. So they're remembering that separation. They're remembering the pain of the wars, the pain of what it means to be in fights all the time, killing others as well as them being killed or feeling afraid of their death. So they're connecting with that. And I feel many of them are wanting to come home. They want to come home. They want to come to their safety, and the love and the compassion and the unconditional appreciation and love from the divine feminine. This is the home for them. This is the home for our divine masculine. And For the divine feminine, their divine masculine is also their home. It's not one of them going home to the other while the other one is stationary. It's both of them connecting to that home energy, and the home energy is the union energy. And for me, also, when I posted that channeled message this morning on my Facebook group page, Soul Speak, if you don't know my Facebook group page, the divine feminine is also feeling that pain of, they're remembering those moments where they had to stand in their truth and wait for the divine masculine to come back from the wars. Or there's long journeys when there was no communication. Guess what? They had no cell phones and no Facebook or no Instagram to tell them what is going on with their masculine. They only had to trust their intuition. They only had to trust their higher self and how they felt. The bond with their divine masculine is that telepathy between both. So we're healing those memories, and we're healing the separation issues as we feel, the physical separation. And we're healing the idea of being separate because we are bonding ourselves back into that union energy and our home energy. And the male female here, for me, and what is I feeling with this, is we're healing the divine masculine and divine feminine balance. Look at these two. They have their backs to each other. So it's not like they're talking, but they are feeling each other all the time. Even if you have communication with your divine masculine, there are things you can't really see, and they're not sharing it with you, or you really just don't know what is really going on. But I feel both of them, they feel each other, and they're connecting. Like if you look at this picture, and I hope you really can see it, they're connecting from their spine, like in their backs. And I feel this is our chakras also merging and feeling more. It's like we're feeling each other in each other's bodies. And I know in my last reading for June, I said like our divine, masculine, our divine feminine, that energy of the telepathy of that bond is like you can literally feel each other's bodies. Like you feel that this is not really me, but I feel I'm in someone else's energy. And that is really your divine masculine, divine feminine, when you're not fully in your full union energy. I also asked for what is the advice that is coming to us from Spirit right now. It's the first card is persistence, and the Ascended Master Lu. And I feel we need to be persistent with our intuition. This is us. If there's an action that we totally feel guided to, and we know that it's coming from our hearts and it's coming from our intuition, then we need to be persistent with it. It's like we need to keep going with it. Even if we don't take the action right now, but even us being in that spiritual space of it, then we are going to be victorious like a chariot. This is speaking our truth as well. Like this is our third eye actually, speaking truth, because if you see like in the middle of his hat, I don't know if you guys will see it, but there is like a light shining. This is like a sun coming from the third eye, which really this is a summer solstice energy. I know there's winter solstice in other parts of the world, but I feel this is the third eye speaking truth and seeing truth. This is us, and the advice is your third eye, your intuition is seeing truth, and we need to be persistent with it. For the goddess energy that is also working with us and as an advice, and I feel this is important, is Nimitona, sacred space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. I keep getting messages about that, and I posted several things lately about that. But we're being guided to find our safe space. In general, this would feel like, I would say this is a card about creating your altar, being in your meditative space and taking space, but I literally feel this card is about homes. It's about where you live. And the message that I literally got with it as soon as I pulled this card, because it's kind of flipped when I was, getting the cards out. is where we live, what it means, like where is our physical body located. I feel this comes as a message about our careers and about our relationships. So wherever we live, if we are living in a home that is not a sacred space for us, that we don't feel sacred in that home, and we don't feel peace in that home, we don't feel the love, the energy of light in that home, because this is literally about home energy, then we're being guided to make a change, and we're being guided to seek knowledge in our meditation or in our own um, intuition, or ask our guides to bring us signs of what is it that we really need to do, because this is about um, changing location. If that space or these people that you live with, if they're not giving you love and harmony, then you need to move out. So I feel many are going to be moving out. This is both divine feminine and divine masculine, which again it connects to your karmic connection as well. And I feel with this card, this is also about travel. We need to be traveling and seeing the world and connecting with sacred spaces and sacred places on planet Earth. Like visiting all the chakra places on planet Earth. Visiting sacred ancient sites, visiting ancient cultures. So as much as the media tries to scare us from going into these weird cultures, and we're not supposed to go to these places because we're supposed to be afraid, there's this and there's that, we are actually being guided to visit those sacred spaces because we are going to be downloading energy. But also for many of us who are really good working the grid and pulling down positive vibrations into the grid energy around planet Earth, we're meant to transmute energies because we travel from one place to the other, then we have to be honoring that. Again, of course, don't go to a war zone and say, I'm going to be visiting a sacred space, unless you're fully guided to be in an unphysically safe space, which I don't, again, recommend. But, what you feel guided to and wherever you're going to be needed, many are going to be pulled into that. And I feel also with this card is about jobs and careers. If you're not being appreciated, if you feel that you are in a physical space of a job that is literally unhappy, or you're not really feeling it anymore, then some people are going to be guided into seeking a change and moving forward with their lives and not really attaching themselves to the ego or the ego job or whatever you are guided to be doing. So this is going to be really intense time for us. I've been clearing my throat chakra as well. And with these energies, we need to be drinking a lot of water and taking care of our health and trying to sleep as much as possible. But I know many of us are losing sleep with these energies. We wake up at all the odd hours and all the crazy things. So let me tune in and see if the guides want to say something more about what is happening in this now and the full moon coming and with the solstice energy. I want to say tables are turning. Luck is turning. They're saying those who have been working so hard for years, like now is the time when those cycles are ending, and those cycles are going to show them what this hard work meant. This is justice coming for many, literal justice, either in a legal system, legal documents, but also fair and just outcomes of their hard work. So be cheerful and be happy and be optimistic, because as much as we got used to the energy that is really slow, many cycles are ending. And I said, like, the tower energy is bringing in the energy of chapters ending and chapters really closing, because new chapters are here and they really want to be fully showing themselves up to you. Sorry. So stay balanced and stay tuned into this universe. More is coming, and feel the blessings of the changes and be open to them, because they're all very positive. Don't be afraid. and honor them, and feel protected and guided as we move along in this energy. Again, if you'd like to book a private reading with me, I do different kinds of reading. Please check out my website, soulspeak.com. And also, if you have questions, please connect with me. I would love to hear back from you. Thank you again for all my new subscribers, likes, and shares. Please consider subscribing to my channel, or recommending my channel for others who might benefit from my work, and get connected with me. I have my Facebook group page, Soul Speak, and I wish you a blessed rest of the month of June.